Oh, we're in the Caribbean. Why am I in the Caribbean? Where am I looking? Looking for... these guys. I don't really need all these over here. I mean, it's not much. Let's see if we can move those out somewhere. There'll be much more use sitting in places like this, won't they? In fact, let's take those two out. They'll be much happier. Much happier. Over here. And this is a big naval base. This will be fine. Spoiler alert. Germany invades Poland. I tried playing as Poland once to see if I could resist the onslaught. I guess there's different ways of doing it. And it is possible. The tactic I had was to try and build fortresses. It didn't work. And then, have I tried playing since differently? I can't remember if I had. Me and a friend tried as a co-op game as... who were we? Germany and Hungary, actually. We were going to recreate the old German Empire and Austro-Hungarian Empire. And so he had to very quickly change Germany into a monarchy, start a civil war, which he did. And that was quite fun, rebuilding the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's quite resource weak, though. And certainly in industry. We didn't finish the game. It was just something we tried out for a bit. Valhalla's not that grindy compared to other games. As long as you're enjoying it, it doesn't matter. It's not a game's never a grind if you enjoy what it is. So that's good. That's good. Poland's gone. The end of Poland. And that, okay. It's all kicked off now. I have no idea what's going on over there. Not our department, Governor. We shall see how the situation develops. German interest in Scandinavia. Okay, catch you later, Tech Geek. And thanks for the subs again. Yay, the House Committee supports the presidential policy. As well they should. That's really good, actually. Norway, bloody hell. Germany's really gone all in. We could do with some more support. Let's go for a bit of lobbying effort, I think. There's no downside to that, is there? No, it doesn't revert. No, that's good. Good. USSR's getting in on the act as well. Those commies. Denmark's joined the Allies. Poor old Denmark. They never stood a chance. Well, it all depends on what Japan's going to do. Japan is getting stuck in, it seems. This to me, looks suspiciously like China is going to fall now. Because they were holding very well up there, but this has been a huge advance by the Chinese. On 3 fronts. Surprising how powerful these other Chinese nations can become. The main China is... it struggles to get going. But some of these others, they can be damn dangerous enemies. Okay, we've got the anti-tank upgrade. Oh, we've got that as well. Okay, we'll come to that in a minute. 1940. Oh, hit pause. We are on 1940. That means it's aircraft time. What do we want first? Naval bombers definitely is part of the plan. In fact, let's chuck everything into the aircraft here. What else do we need? Oh, industry? Just check. Just check. No, it's 41. Oh, hang on. That's got to go, hasn't it? Yeah, for better research. It's got to. Let's start building up the Air Force. Belgium has capitulated. The Germans are ahead of schedule, actually. Luxembourg? Don't think they'll stop it. Excellent. We got that for some extra military factories. We need to... oh, there's a Lend Lease Act. Okay, so what is that going to actually do then? We've got the support. Okay, so that's increased the requirements, but so we lose a bit of. I don't know if it matters. Do we actually need that? We can then help the British out, which we probably should, but generally they'll be able to hold out. I don't think we want anything over there, do we? Let's leave that side well alone. China did have a lot of problems. There's a lot of infighting even within their own governments and stuff. It was again because, well, not because, but it's been an area of history that's been overlooked by much of the rest of the world because of events that kind of overtook certainly the Western world in Europe, and that's where a lot of Western history is taught upon. So I wouldn't know anything about China if it hadn't been for this game ticking off a bit of an interest in it and teaching me a few things. Not at that point in time, anyway. What do we want to go down here? I kind of want... Oh, whoa. There are some aircraft things, aren't they? Yes, that'll give us some bonuses for that. Should we do those? Tactical bomber effort. Let's get that one, because I will take a research bonus for tactical bombers, as they are something I intend to build. Also, I think... Yeah, we got the next level of radar. Let's do those. We're going to control the seas. That's the plan. I have a base. I thought I had a base. Oh, I do have a base up here. I don't think I need to build that. Something tells me this one might be an important one to build up. Let's slap it on. We've got the factories at the moment. There's more military factories coming online. We still can't do the refinery, but we are working on that. Let's see what we can put this into. Let's get... we've got heavy fighters on the mend. Excellent. Tactical bombers. Well, this might be why we don't have any sodding bombers. Let's get all of this up. We're going to have a big building session on aircraft. Probably more than we can afford because of the rubber. Well, let's go for it. So what we in the West call the Enlightenment era, China called it the Century of Humiliation. I really don't know much of Chinese history, actually. Denmark. Denmark? You're telling me Denmark doesn't stand against the Third Reich? Iceland takes control of foreign affairs. Now, are the Italians over the Alps? If they've pushed in there... See, that opens up a soft way in, bypassing the mountains. We've got the field hospitals. We're in 1940 now. Let's go for the amphibious tanks. Get the Marines ready. So it's clear that France will fall. I've never seen France hold out as the AI, actually. I've held out as France, and they're a good country to play as. I enjoy it, but I've never seen the AI hold out. In fact, it looks to be going rather quickly now. Finland accepts Soviet demands. They just hand it over. I think there's that. Oh, well. The Panay incident. Americans and British gunboats were attacked by Japanese aircraft. Does Japan have no limits? The writing is on the wall. Okay, right. USS Panay sunk in China. The gunboat, USS Panay, came under fire earlier today while evacuating civilians from the front line in the war between Japan and China. Despite being clearly marked an American flag. Struck with 2 bombs, she sank later that day with 3 US citizens killed and many more wounded. Survivors were picked up by American and British gunboats in the area. Japan has been quick to claim it was an accident and offer an apology, but some think the attack was deliberate, and a number of advisors are calling for war. How should we respond? War! That would be... that would be tempting, actually. I could demand compensation. I'm not withdrawing forces. What forces? What should we do? We could trigger war here. I don't feel like I'm ready for it yet. We gain a big stability hit. But we gain a claim on a lot of islands, which aren't really worth anything. Let's demand compensation. We'll play it the American way for now. How they did it. Did I ever... Oh no, that is the next model of anti-tank gun. I didn't need to change it then. Let's see what the Japanese respond with. Thankfully, Japan saw reason. That's a big gain in political power. That's pretty nice. What decisions do we have here? We can lobby some people. Political actions. Ban communism. Tigerman DK, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Region-wide industrial integration. Useful. Oh, hang on. Now this might be useful. Extra aluminium. Let me just check the trade on aluminium. How much am I... I'm extracting 371. I've got enough at the moment, but I want to improve aircraft production quite a bit. Steel. There's a lot of steel extracting at the moment. We'll improve that later. I'm exporting a hell of a lot of oil, look. That's a hell of a lot to export. It's not leaving me with an awful lot in reserve. The American way of punting the problem down the calendar for someone else to handle later. Shock, horror, headline, breaking news. It's not just the American way, apparently, as we've learned in recent times. Chromium is something I'm short of. Aluminium, not so much, but we're going to go for aircraft production, so I'm going to spend those 100 political points on all those. Let's really up the aluminium business. There you go. Paris is gone. Okay, we've got the Free French. France has capitulated. Mexican oil nationalized. Oh, right, okay. Lazazo Cadenas has been stirring up populist nonsense aimed at our economic interests in Mexico, and now the Partido Revolucionario Institucional has passed legislation to nationalize the assets of Royal Dutch Shell, Standard Oil of California, and many other international oil firms. Although the Constitution allows this action, international justice demands compensation for the losses suffered by the firms. The oil barons are demanding we act. No, there is something we can do. We will embargo trade with Mexico until they come to their senses. Our options are limited and force of arms must be considered. Well, we have a force on the border. I'm going to go, we'll embargo trade with Mexico. They'll come round. They'll be fine. My accent makes my American nationality obvious. Yes, it's a very distinct regional American accent from the state of Yorkshire. The 51st state. Second armistice? Yeah. Bye-bye, France. Rudolf Hess has flown to England. Vichy France, just kicking out the rest of the Free French. There's a little bit of Free France left. It would be interesting, actually, if France could actually fight on and hold a line across here. Or Britain. Decryption? Oh, we've got that. Excellent. Okay, so we're in 1940 now. Radar's nice, but I want to get all the aircraft done. Because there's a lot of aircraft designing to do. Let's work on the heavy fighters. And points for somebody else in here. Who can we put in Chief of the Air Force? I never really saw a good use for this. Maybe somebody in Chief of the Army. Oh, hang on, I've got the industrial campaign. I could have had that before, so... Or maybe I couldn't put it in until we ticked that thing, but it wasn't grayed out. Anyway, it's going in now. 5% factory output, we shall take that. Senate committee investigates shipbuilding in Florida. What's this about? Prodded by the senior senator from Florida, the Senate Commerce Committee has begun hearings into the state of the local shipbuilding industry. According to experts, a significant percentage of US trade depends on overseas trade, and the country is desperately lacking in shipbuilding capacity. Florida has been identified as a region in which a major investment should be made, and several committee members have expressed an expectation the administration of Roosevelt will set funds aside for this. A critical weakness. Okay, Locke's decision, invest in shipbuilding industry in Florida. We have bigger problems. That'll upset the... that's going to upset people. It's not giving me a box. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Invest in shipbuilding in Florida. Where is that? I thought that would be I thought that would be here, but that's... Oh, wait, hang on. I've never noticed these before. Aid Britain. Correspondence with a former naval person. This is going to boost war support. We gain a special relationship. Ah, okay. Emergency arms deliveries. Oh, nice. Okay, we're going to have to look for these. Foreign influence. That's not there. Where's this gone? Oh, hang on. There it is. We've got to do this. So, an additional dockyard is being constructed in Florida. Is that it? Okay, I think we can do that. I thought it was going to unlock a political decision for that, but hang on, that's... What's going on with this screen? Just a minute, this screen's bust. Have you ever seen that? There's something above, but I can neither scroll up nor down. It doesn't matter at the moment, but weird. Sometimes the menus do that in this game. Oh, cheers for the history on China there. Give you a brief idea. It's as I say, it's not an area that I've studied enough. And Japan before World War II. Between the samurai era and World War II, another area. Basically, I could probably say I don't know much about Asia in that time. Mexican compensation. The government of Mexico has agreed to demands from Royal Dutch Shell and Standard Oil compensation in exchange for the losses sustained by the firms during nationalisation of the oil fields. The United Mexican States will not give back any oil concessions, but our national prestige and financial interests are at least sated. We can trade on these terms. Keep the embargo in place. We're holding out for a better deal. Screw it. It's fine. I don't know what that leads to. Free civilian factories. Look, this has disappeared off the top of the screen. This is quite annoying. Is there any way of... It's gone. We still haven't got the refineries researched. Let's see. What do we need to do? I need aircraft. Let's have a look at the infrastructure, actually. Am I producing enough stuff? I should be with those aluminium plants that are coming on. That should be fine. Oh, one thing that might be affecting the supplies going out overseas is that I don't know if there'll be a supply going direct through this. If it's leaving my... Where is my capital? Or if it's supposed to be travelling across country and leaving through a port here. We can actually see that, can't we? We can turn supply routes on. If I put naval view on. There we go. So these guys down here are being supplied from Florida. Okay, didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. I thought they'd be supplied directly out of here. But they've taken that route. I wonder if that's the reason why not as many supplies are travelling out here as I imagined. That's an unusual pattern. There's some going from there. Alright. Okay, well we can fix that quite easily by making sure we've got level 10 ports and better infrastructure. But that shouldn't matter. But let's build it anyway. Make sure we're doing the best job we can. This could be infrastructure coming down here. It really could be. And we've got level 10 ports on this side. Let's fill these up, because we've got the civilian factories to do it. Also, though, military. I'm going to get military going. Where can we put stuff? Right, let's put all that right to the top of the list. We're going to get some aircraft factories on the go. And after all that, we're going to get the infrastructure up as well. Is that where the problem is, do you think? We kind of, well, it does need doing. There's nothing being produced down there of any value. And we do need a... Let's do a cross-country. Okay, let's do that. Let's really get some... Trying to work out how to get this cross-country there to North Carolina. Put that in there. And also put that in there. And that in there. There we go. We've got a massive infrastructure project. That should keep some out-of-work Americans busy for a bit. Foolish Sunday, thank you for the follow. Let's see. We can always interrupt that building if we need to as well. So we should have... Take a look at my airfield over here, which I can't see. Tactical bomber effort, nice. US Army Air Force. Research bonus for air doctrine. Let's have a look. Anything's freed up to the left now. Probably a few things that I haven't taken. Reach out to the where group. What does that do? USSR Economic Cooperation. Unholy Alliance. That is a different place to go. The Lend Lease Act. Do we want to trigger that? Oh no, that's interesting actually. Up to 5 senators and 25 representatives will support the government. I thought that would oppose the government. Okay. I'm going to start on that one. I just assumed that every act we took with a thing like that turned more, will turn more against us. What have we got down here? Little light fighters are no use. Carrier fighters. We could put some heavy fighters. Be more use over the Philippines, I think, if there's going to be any sort of a war there. Should have that fairly well covered though, right? Now let's put them in. Let's put the an extra load of heavy fighters in here. And set them on training. And I'll put some more in here as well. We can't actually... Oh, wait, I could... Didn't I... I think I built up the infrastructure of the airport. I'm pretty sure I did, but it won't let me build radar stations and stuff. Maybe that's because they don't have the technology. Maybe. That would make sense. Let's put in... We've got light fighters. We've got light fighters here? We have. But we have no fighters here, so maybe I should put something in.